Hey everybody, in this video we are going to look at getting all the to-do lists, all the items in our to-do list as well as adding an item to our to-do list now that we have the token, which of course is very great. We have everything that we need to start working with our APIs. So the very first thing that we're going to do is start writing the new procedures for to do this. So it's going to be pretty easy. We're just going to add a declare procedure to do get all. To do get all. Export end procedure. So declare API to do get all, and it's going to return a pointer because we're going to return a JSON list, JSON array, NPI. From here, now that we have the token, they actually do need to pass the token in. So we'll have to say p token, and what should we use for this? Let's use. Now we could use the pointer value, but they could also pass it in as the variable. We know we have the length. Let's just use this as usual, like we usually would. No, let's not do that. Let me use variant character and JWT length, and of course const. I always like to use a const, and that's pretty much all we need for this API. So there's a few things that we need. I'm just going to steal some code from our authenticate function, because we don't need to create any JSON, we don't need to pass anything into this API, but what we do need to do is create the URL and create the headers. So let's take those. And let's also steal these. Now, we don't need to use content type application JSON because we're not passing anything in. What we do need to do, though, is use the authentication header. And this is where we can pass in our token, our bearer token. And really, I mean, pretty straightforward. All we have to do is concatenate them all together. So in this case, this will be p token. And it should already be trimmed because it's varying length, so it should already be trimmed. Although we could, be extra safe and trim it as well, but we won't in this case right now. Although in this case, we will have to make the headers longer because the token is quite long, as you're aware. So in this case, I'm going to make it. How long is our token? 200. Okay, let's just make this 256. I think that should. No, it won't be enough. Let's make it 300. And that's pretty much all we need in this case. And then pretty straightforward, I think. So we do need a JSON string variable. Let's create that too. Get rid of that line. And then all we're going to do is say exec SQL set JSON string equals systools.http. Now this is a GET request, so pretty straightforward. And it's just going to be the URL / to-dos. So we even need to change this to to-dos. HTTP get clob. And this one is nice and simple. The first parameter is the URL, and the second parameter is the headers. Now, of course, I know that because in the last video we got that round the wrong way, but I cleared it up. So that will set that, and then all we're going to do is return JSON.parseString. Yep. No, not JSON parseString, or is it parseString? Yeah, it is right up here. We're using the same piece. So JSON parseString, and then we'll just say JSON string. So that will return an array because the API returns an array. And then we need to, like before, create just some generic, procedures to do get length. We could say list to do, we'll just say to do get length. Export. And then end procedure, of course. And then we'll declare again to do. I've noticed I've kind of gone out of sync with the standard. No, we're all good. To do. That's good. To do get length, and that will return an int 3. It probably won't return that much. In fact, we don't even pass any parameters in. Oh yeah, we do. We have to actually pass in the list plist pointer, and then just return JSON get length. Now I remember because we did use this API recently, so we just returned plist. Now plist is lighting up here because I think that's actually a variable. No, it's a keyword as well in fixed format. That's funny. And then we probably should add last one, get item to do get item exports. This will get a specific item from the list. Tickle PI to do get item, and this will return. Let's say variant character. Probably won't be that long. Let's just say 60. Let's say 128 to be extra safe. And NPI, where we pass in the plist and then the index, pindex, int3 const. And then pretty straightforward, return JSON get str plist, and then we have to build the string to get the index. P index, I think it's, yeah, P index, yeah, we're good. Close bracket, and that will return our value. Now that's pretty much everything we need here. So let's go ahead and save. And while we're here, let's also work on our header file. So get all, pretty straightforward. Of course, we just add the ext proc, not export. And then to do get length, I need to fix up the sizing here. And of course, the last one, the get item. So let's fix up these, PR, and then of course the last one that we just missed. And let's fix up the spacing. Okay, so let's save that. Now let's compile our program, our service program. Get str. Interesting. So, oh, operands are not. Okay, so let's have a look at the JSON XML header file. Let's have a look what we got here. P-node expression. Oh no, we got it right. Maybe it's a typing issue. What does this return? Returns varying length. Let's try this. Oh, let's say toggle item. Let's say item equals okay, let's compile that. Oh, forgot about that. How odd. Am I doing this right? I am saying expression, string, yeah. Oh, right. Well, that was obvious because I'm just stupid. Actually, this is a lot easier. I just forgot the one main important thing, which was to convert this to a character. So let's do that. And now it will work. And we can also get rid of our variable here. Save. And compile. There we go. And update service program. Love it. Now, let's go ahead and continue from example one. And, well, we probably won't have any items on it unless we add some. So let's go ahead and add some. We got the first one. Let's also add, clean the house, pay the bills, and write some code. So let's have a look at our to-do list. This is an item, clean the house, pay the bills, write some code. Very simple. So let's declare a pointer. Let's say list pointer. And let's also say, let's make another one for item pointer. No, because we just say, let's make an item, and then let's make this a varchar 128. So we're going to say list equals, I pasted the wrong thing, list equals to do get all, where we pass in the token. And then we're going to say, oh, we need length too after list. And of course, we can say if to do successful. And if. Let's say length equals to do get length, and we'll pass in the list. And then we can say we need an index. We're getting there. To look at less index int3 index 4 index equals, let's start from 0 to length -1 and 4, and then we can say item equals to do get item. I think that's what we called it. Yep. I can't even remember if I compiled it, but I think I did. Let's just do it one extra time to be real safe. Okay, good. To do get item index. Oh no, of course it needs to be list index, and then we'll just display trim item, trim R, of course. Although it's probably long enough, but let's try that anyway. So there's our simple example program to loop through our to-do lists. Let's create that. Although I think it's just going to complain out the display. Oh, we're also missing a semicolon. I'm blind. Let's compile that. Yep, okay, so let's just change this to 52 and then it won't complain at us. And we may as well get rid of the trim. Love it. And debug. Oh, my session timed out. Love it. Okay. Add a lively to do API. Start debug example 1. So we're not going to test the authenticate. I'm just going to say successful. I'm going to assume successful login. So I'm going to start debugging at get all. Token, nice. So list is successful. Length 2. We have 2 items on our list apparently. No, we have 4, but okay, we can look at that in a sec. So let's, we should have stepped into that actually. Item false. Interesting. Wonder what it returned. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. To-dos, endpoint, to-dos, URL. Let's have a look. Very good. HTTP get club. Auth token is not supplied. Maybe I have spelled it wrong. Headers, authorization. What did I put? Authentication. Ah, very silly. There we go. Nice simple fix. Update serve program. Cool. So let's call example 1. Oh, auth token is not supplied. Let's do that again. It's because we didn't compile it, that's why. So let's start the debug on my get all. Cool. Example 1. Authorization. JSON string. We have 4 items. Love it. Length 4. Item. Nice. Love it. Okay, so now we have the ability to loop through items, which is awesome. That's really cool. Okay, so I think that'll be that for this video. I think we got what we wanted to do, which was, you know, fetch the list and loop through them. And I think in the next video, we'll work on adding some data, which will be a post request. Very simple. Anyway, so see you then.